Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth. And of course, Miss Marcellene, after having enjoyed the festival, is back in Moria with her very own goat. And as you can see, she is still dressed in her festival finery. But we don't have time to worry about changing right now. We have things we need to do. So we have a couple of things. First and foremost, not falling off the edge of the world. That would be good. Second, we need to go and find the source of the echo, and we also need to find evidence of Katub-Zahar, or Katub-Zahar. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The area matches Wigfast's description. Alright. So apparently we have a journal, a backpack, and a deep claw we need to get rid of. Alright, check out the rucksack. Since the rucksack may indicate the source of the strange echo heard by Woodfast, it appears to have once been owned by Dwarf, but the dwarf is nowhere to be found. Your strong suspicion is that he fell right through the perilous crack in the path, but what was he doing so far from any established hubs in Moria? Now we'll check the journal, and there's two quests in the journal. The first one says the journal indicates that there should be an old waterway running beneath the bridge north of here, through the dwarf lord's gate. It should be providing water to the Dolphin View, but it appears to have been closed. There should be a pair of levers on the bridge that could be thrown to open the old waterway, and the fallen dwarf seems to want to do this very task. Just take over in his stead. And we pick up the second quest. The journal page describes a hope to reach the old libraries of Khazad-dum, known as Katub-Zahar. The dwarf who owned this book was seeking an old text within, which is rumored to detail the ancient methods of blending mithril with other metals, along with many other secrets of its proper forging. It seems a worthy search. We should continue the fallen dwarf's quest. So one of his quests will lead us to Katub-Zahar, which is actually really handy. But first off, let's play around with some levers. So we have thrown that lever. We have thrown that lever. Nothing seems to have happened. And it says nothing seems to happen. Alright, so. Well, Katub-Zahar is right over there. First we're going to take care of this goblin. So this is Katub-Zahar, which apparently was a very old library. The broken plaque is faded, but it still reads Katub-Zahar. We got some papers here. Papers are full of runes you do not recognize translated into the common tongue. It means nothing to you, but the strange runes are of some interest, for they do not look to be of any language you recognize. The papers are signed Falgir Twist Tongue. Alright, so we took that. Okay, come back here. Oh, and you want to play too now, huh? Alright, so now that we've gotten them out of the way, need to come over here and grab this ancient dwarf text. Found the ancient tome. So we need to talk to Wafri at the Dolphin View camp Sot at the Dolphin View camp. We need to bring the strange runes to Sot. And then we need to go talk to Bori over in the Chamber of Crossroads. And I keep forgetting I do have a goat now. Oh, it is so nice to have a goat in Moria, where you travel a lot. And granted, the dwarves are probably snickering every time I go past because my dwarf is covered in flowers, but still, it's a goat. We need to talk to... Alright, there's Wafri and Sot.
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
He says a journal fall of a fallen dwarf pointed you to the levers of the Dolphin View water source. How strange. What a brave dwarf. And you were very good for making the effort on his behalf, whoever he was. It will be some time before we can spare a team of craftsmen to go down there and try to repair them. How sad that one should fall while pursuing a fruitless endeavor. So, neither of these is any good. We'll just take the helmet. It's worth more. Okay, riddles in the library.
I'm not sure Khazad-dum can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
Hammer and tongs. These papers must date back to the time of Doran's rule. A very promising find, Marcellene. Belger Twist-Tongue was a famous riddle master and tinkerer of words. These runes are utterly foreign to me, so I believe they may be a special language he made up. You should hang on to these papers, in case you see any of these runes in Moria. I have a feeling old Failgare left some puzzles to be solved. So we've completed that. We've also started the deed for the riddles in Moria.
If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here.
You found a journal on the road with the objective of recovering this book? Amazing, but alas, the years and the foul vermin infesting Khazad-dum have been most unkind. So many pages are ruined. No matter. With enough time, I'm sure I could piece it back together, even if it takes me years. Now we need to talk to Slagby. Excuse me.
Marlene came, but we have heard no word from him.
You have had some strange encounters, to be sure. White hands and orcs and goblins and rucksacks and deep rifts. Better you than me, Marcellene. Well, I am glad you made it back safe and sound. Take your rest here at the Dolphin View, where the light is bright and the fire warm. Yeah. Maybe. Probably not, but I will look at it later. So he's got 2 more quests. The Cooling Chamber, which is an instance. We'll do that next time. To the Deep Descent, which goes down towards the Silvertine Lodes. I will take it.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
So we'll leave the other quest alone for the moment. Now I want to go talk to Bori, which means...
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Which means, thank you for interrupting me, we go back to the Chamber of Crossroads. Oh, and hello, random people. I hope you're having fun. That's right, he's in this room over here. Bori.
I think you have found the answer, friend.
You found the location of Katub-Zahar, the word horde of Doran. I am deeply impressed. It is a shame that your report tells of a great infestation of deep claws and cave claws. I hope the beasts have not ruined too many of the records and histories kept in that place. It seems that Ongli, the great craftsman who may have forged Eagleburg, was very protective of his privacy. Durin granted him a secret forge at which to work. Nor-Kalab, the Heart of Fire. The way to Nor-Kalab was locked by means of some trick, known only to a trusted few. These pages do not mention the location of Nor-Kalab, but they do say that the trick to opening the way was kept in Katub-Zahar. Now that you have found the word Heart of Doran, you can search for this trick.
We must find the Heart of Fire, and the means to access it.
If we can find both the location of the Heart of Fire and the secret to opening its doors, it could be that Ziegelberg will return to us from the darkness. I will ask the other dwarves of our expedition if they have come across any sign of Nor-Kalab. Perhaps someone has encountered some clue, though I'm not hopeful. You must return to Katub-Zahar, the word Heart of Doran, and search for the secret to opening the door. The deep claws you found will not make it easy, but you are strong enough to deal with them. Katub-Zahar is on the east. Yes, I know where it's at. Okay. So we have to kill 14 deep claws and search Katub-Zahar for the secret to opening the Heart of Fire. So now I'm going to take the slow stable,
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our
the
kingdom.
Dolven Pio, and at some point we got to deal with this little quest here. Not too worried about it right now. It really doesn't lead anywhere. Kind of a little aside, I think it used to lead to something. Okay, we can get off here. Of course, we got some Moria soldiers hanging out here. So, into the library. Basically, it's what this is. I need to see a whole bunch of things glowing. These are deep claw nests. We're going to first off go and grab what we need. So you come all the way to the very top. And go past all the stuff. Now, if I remember right, it should be this one. Yep, buried within the nest, you discover rotting pages that mention Nor-Kalab. And on the way out, we can have fun killing a few of these guys. Maybe I should just stop playing with him and kill him, right? Look, I gotta find a better rotation than I have. Of course, it does kind of help if I use all the tricks at my disposal. How many we have left? We're halfway done with them. Actually doing pretty good. How many more do we need? 3 more. Hello. One more. Not bad. We managed to get through all that fairly well. I still say we need a better rotation. I have to look through her skills and see. Okay. See what she has I might want to use. And yes, I did just plant some daffodils in Moria. Because apparently that's what that skill is. So, the daffodil green thumb. Basically what it does, it says you have the amazing ability to quickly cultivate daffodils. It's kind of silly. I will admit that is more suitable to my hobbit, but Miss Marcellene has it. Okay, while we're here, we might as well grab this. You have found an ornate chest piece from a set of heavy armor, old but of superlative craftsmanship and raked with claw marks, lying seemingly unattended. You may wish to find out more about it. Perhaps the dwarf in the Chamber of Crossroads will know more. So that's done. Go ahead and get off our goat here.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
An ornate chess piece, you say, surrounded by bats. That is interesting.
Welcome to Khazad-dum. Stay and speak with me a moment.
The armor you found is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship, Marcellene. What interests me particularly are these gouges in it. Look, here and here. I believe this was carried in a creature's claws, attacked by bats. Well, I suppose. But why would a bat carry a piece of armor about? That is most peculiar. When inspecting finely crafted armor, there is one dwarf who I would count on beyond all others. Sigdon. Talk to him here in the Chamber of Crossroads. He may have some insight into this strange find. And Sigdon is right here.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Yes, I am Sigdon, your servant, brave mariner. Why have you sought me out? Sigdon looks carefully at the claw marks in the armor. These scratches are too deep to have been caused by even the largest of bats. It would have taken something much stronger to have pierced the armor this well made. That is really all I can say. So he does not believe the bats did it. I kind of tend to agree with him.
The lords of Moria have returned.
Sigdon doesn't think this was done by a bat, and neither do I. The bats fit into this in some way, but I have yet to figure out how. And that completes that. I don't know if that ever really leads anywhere. It should. It sounds like it should lead to some sort of an instance later, but that seems to be the end of it.
This must be it. The secret to accessing the Heart of Fire.
This looks very promising indeed, Marcellene. Let me see what I can learn from these pages. Many of the words are faded, and the parchment is rotten. Curse the deep claws and cave claws that now nest in Katub-Zahar. Use of the secret to opening the door seems to be punishable by death or imprisonment. Blacksmith Ongley could approve entry, as could Doran, of course. I cannot make out the next line, but... here we go. The door will be hidden until the following steps are taken. This word must be Ongley, which means that he must be hailed as a master blacksmith, or congratulated for his fine works, or saluted, I think. And then those words are to be spoken, Bob Kanan Zuhak. This is it, Marcellene.
But still, we have no idea of its location.
We now have the secret to opening the doors to the Heart of Fire, but not the location of the doors themselves. This is a frustrating turn. Speak to my Uncle Broger about this, if you would. He is busy as usual, organizing our efforts here within Moria, but he may have some idea that has eluded our consideration. Broger is wise, and has a great store of knowledge in that old head of his. I would be very happy to have him giving thought to this adventure as well, for his input is certain to be valuable. Broger!
I do not have time for riddles. There's too much to be done.
My nephew has told me of this wild goose chase, Marcellene. How can we be certain that Norkalab, this Heart of Fire, ever existed at all? We would have heard tales of such a forge, surely. And Ziegelberg, an axe made entirely of mithril? Ludicrous. This would surely have been featured in many of our tales before now, as all dwarves would sing its praises until the end of time. You would have better luck catching a wild red-horned goat than you would finding this ridiculous forge. The secret to opening the door that you have recovered is nothing more than a mad dwarf's mutterings.
I have had an idea. What if the goblins have found a Heart of Fire?
You'll always have my respect for what you did before the doors of Dorne, avenging my poor son with your excellent weapon. But I must be honest with you. I believe you are wasting your time. As long as you will be trespassing around in the dark looking for this flight of fancy forge, you may as well accomplish something worthwhile. There seems to be a large goblin presence among the Silvertine lodes, 4 to the south and below the Great Delving. As long as you are searching for this fabled Heart of Fire, you may as well slay goblins while you do it, especially the ones that have moved into Gamelfalik, the Elder Mine. The goblins are many, and bringing an ally or two might be a good idea. In fact, why not steal some of their maps? They have long lived here in the darkness, and their crude maps may show the way to this mythical forge of yours, as well as being useful to those of us seeking paths that actually exist. So he thinks this is a wild goose chase, which, I mean, I can't completely discount. It does seem pretty far-fetched that an axe made completely out of mithril would still exist. And actually, you know, there was a goblin camp.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Thank you for interrupting, dude. There was an goblin camp between Dorne's Threshold and Dolven View, and I thought for certain this quest would lead us there. It didn't. I'm not really particularly interested in going back for it, unless I need to do the quest there to complete the deed for quest in the Dolven, or quest in, I guess we'll call it Dolven View, this particular area, the Great Delving. Because it seems like this quest is actually leading us down into the Silver Lodes, which is, of course, where we're going to be headed next. Until then, bye for now.